Hey guys, it's George with GLG Homes and the GLG Realty Group. All right, so first let me start by saying I am both a broker, real estate broker, so I own and run a brokerage, as well as I am a whole house, complete residential remodeler. So the only thing I don't do is new construction. This video is about buyers who are looking at homes and they're thinking, hey, I want to buy something that needs some love and we're going to get the work done and that way, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. It's a great idea. I encourage people to do it all the time. But here's the challenge that you run into. So a lot of people are working with realtors, and again, I'm a broker, so I'm not knocking realtors out there when I say this. I just want buyers to just keep this in mind, okay? 90% of the realtors that are out there, that's what they do for a living, meaning they're not swinging a hammer. So they don't necessarily have the direct experience. Maybe they did it in a past lifetime. Maybe they're like me and they do both things. But the vast majority of realtors, it's not what they do. So what they do, though, is they get into this conversation. They're talking to a buyer, and the buyer says, oh, man, that looks cool. I'd love to do this. If we bought this house, could we do the following? First and foremost, a realtor should never say, yes, you can or cannot do something. And here's the reason why. They don't know. For example, oh, could we take that wall out? I've had realtors who will sit there and I listen to them and I just shake my head because they go, oh yeah, you can take that out, no problem. Well, maybe you can, but don't suggest it's not a problem, because certainly don't suggest it's going to be easy and not, to some extent, expensive. Point is, realtors should stay in their lane. And in some states, they're even issuing, associations are issuing state laws, regulations, and policies stating, stay in your lane. And here's the reason why. Because buyers are going in, they're looking to purchase something that they can improve upon. They're asking somebody who's in front of them at that moment, do you think we could do this? And that person who wants to seal the deal because they want to get a contract rolling, because they get paid by commission, not just by standing around talking, that person's going to say, yeah, you could probably do that. Or, yeah, no problem. The good ones are going to say, I'm expecting that that's something you could do, but you'd have to talk to somebody who does this every day of the week and get their input. Then you can talk about that offer. But you have a lot of realtors who sit there and say, oh yeah. Now I'll give you a perfect example. So a customer of ours, not on the brokerage side, they were a remodel contract. They bought a house. It was a bit of a shit show. Oops, excuse my language. And so they get in there and they call me and they're like, hey, you know, George, can we talk to you about this? And it's a project. And they got my name through a referral. And so I go in and I looked at them. I said, what do you guys want to do? And they start describing everything they want to do. And I looked at them. I said, you got 6 figures? And they just stared at me. I said, everything you just described is going to take 6 figures to do. Now, they ended up hiring me to do half the work. And then they decided they want to do the other half themselves. No problem. For my part of the project, we were still a significant amount in because I was doing all the heavy lift work. But the point is, the realtor who showed him the house told him, yeah, you could probably do it for like 30 grand. The kitchen alone was 30 grand, not the whole house. And this person was suggesting, this realtor suggested a ridiculous number like that. So if you're out there and you're looking at a house and you're saying, I want to buy something that needs some work, cool. I encourage it because it's a way to make a house your own, create appreciative value. It's the way to go. But do not listen to that realtor when they say, oh yeah, you could do that. If they show you that they are a licensed contractor, maybe they're a plumber, electrician, whatever it may be, but if they show you that they're a licensed contractor and they say, I have the experience in doing this and this is what it's going to take, that's different. Again, 9 out of 10, they just want to seal a deal. And I'm not knocking them for it. I work with realtors all the time. Again, I am a broker. Trying to seal that contract, absolutely. But do your diligence if you're going to buy a house that needs work. Get a contractor in there and ask them, can we do this and how much do you think it's going to be? Keep it all in mind. See you guys later. Hey, listen, if you like the content, hit that like button, subscribe. You'll get more of this stuff. I love talking about buying and selling homes and improving upon them, repairing them for sale, whatever it may be. But that's my world. See you later.